Hi, this is Sujata on Heaven on Earth. So this is a continuation of affirmation. Earlier, I spoke about affirmation, what it is, and is it good for Christians or not? So this is part two, continuation. And here I'm going to talk about two things. One is um, why the prosperity affirmations don't work for many people. And second, of course, I'm going to talk about the steps. What can you do so that your prosperity affirmations, they work for you? So I'm going to give you the solution also. So this video has two parts. The first one is why the prosperity affirmation doesn't work for many people. Now, why do we do prosperity affirmations? That is because we have some kind of lack in our hearts, in our minds, because of a lack in our bank account. We have some financial problems, and because of that, the whole time we are thinking about the lack. And because we are thinking about the lack the whole time, it's in our heart how we don't have enough, how I wish I could have more, how I wish I had prosperity and wealth. So our thoughts and our minds and our heart, very important, is full of lack. And when we begin to say prosperity affirmation, let's say a simple statement like, I am wealthy. So when you say I am wealthy, it sounds a total lie to you, to your heart, and to your mind. So when you are speaking, I am wealthy, it is a total lie to you, as I said, to yourself, to no one else. And what happens is two things are happening when this happens. One is your heart and your mind is rejecting the statement. And second thing that happens is the contradiction is so glaring that you are saying I'm wealthy, but really in your heart and in your mind, you know it is not so, that this self-belief of lack becomes even stronger inside of you. So what I'm saying is that your prosperity affirmations backfire, and that's why there's no positive change in your financial life. In fact, it might get even worse, because affirmations you are just saying, but really your heart and your mind is totally saturated with lack. This is the only reason, guys, that for many of us prosperity affirmations don't work. So now what do? So here are I will break it down into 4 steps. So what is the problem here? Your heart and your mind is so full of lack that they are not accepting your prosperity affirmations that your mouth is speaking, that you're speaking from your mouth. All right. So the first thing and the only thing you need to change is what is in your mind and what is in your heart. So before you can begin with your prosperity affirmations, change the belief of lack in your mind and in your heart, because otherwise it's not going to work. Now, my always go-to person is Jesus. I want to quote a verse from the Bible. Now, Jesus said in Matthew chapter 12, verse 34 and 35, Jesus says, brood of vipers, how can you, being evil, speak good things? And verse 35 says, a good man out of the good treasure of his heart brings forth good things, and an evil man out of the evil treasure of his heart brings forth evil things. Further, in verse 37, Jesus says, for by your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned. So it is very important. Now, I missed out a line in verse 34. Jesus said, how can you, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of your heart, the mouth speaks. So it is very important to understand what Jesus is trying to say here, that what is in your heart, out of the abundance of your heart, whatever you speak shall come to pass. So if your heart is full of lack, then that's what your mouth is going to speak, lack. But if there is abundance in your heart, that's what your mouth is going to speak, abundance. Regardless of, we are not talking about lack and abundance in our bank accounts. We are not going there. The bank accounts depend on our mental condition of lack and wealth, and what's in our heart. Is it lack or is it wealth? And accordingly, your bank account. So what do we do to fill our hearts with wealth before we can begin our prosperity affirmations? So step one is, now Bible is my main book for affirmations, because that way I stay close to God. Bible has some beautiful verses that you can use as your daily affirmations, but of course you can make your own affirmations as well. But make sure that you don't drift into the dark world by your well-meaning affirmations, because the Satan slowly creeps into your life. And Jesus did say the words are very important, because by your words you are justified. And Satan knows God's method of operation, MO. Satan knows that words are very important to God, and he's catching every word of yours, and whichever is inclined towards Satan, unknowingly, of course, innocently, he is going to catch it and he's going to enter your life. So be very careful. So for me, it is the Bible. Like in Bible, Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 22, the blessing of the Lord, it makes me rich, and he adds no sorrow with it. That's a beautiful affirmation. Then Psalm 23, verse 1, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Then there's another beautiful affirmation verses from Deuteronomy chapter 28, verses 1 to 14. They are beautiful. You can use those verses as prosperity affirmations for you. So just to give you some examples. So now coming back to, how do you fill your heart with wealth instead of lack? So there are 4 steps. First is, as you are reading, whether you wrote down your own affirmation or from the Bible, you are reading with your eyes, and after you have read it, connect your mind to what you have read. Think about it, meditate on it, try to understand and try to comprehend. So what you are speaking, it goes to your mind. Think about it. Keep thinking as you are working, as you are maybe you are dropping off your kids to school, you are studying, attending classes. Of course, you got to concentrate in the class, but keep in your mind your affirmation. What did you just say? Let's say, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Shall not want is, he has supplied me with everything and I have no lack. So just pick out whatever your verse is, whatever your affirmation statement. So read with your eyes and think about it, meditate on it. Your mind should get saturated with these beautiful words of affirmation. Now, when your mind is saturated, you are thinking about it whole time. And when you talk, when you speak, you listen to yourself also. So it's going in through your ears, it's in your mind. Now, up here, it is totally saturated with your affirmations. And what's happening is automatically getting downloaded in your heart, and that's how you fill your heart. So first you have to say with your mouth, and then fill your mind, your thoughts, fill your mind with these good words, and automatically there is abundance of wealth in your heart. So this is how you replace abundance of lack to abundance of wealth. It is very important, guys. So once you have it in your mind and your heart, and in your heart, you speak from the fullness of your heart. And that's when your prosperity affirmation is going to work. Once again, I'm going to read. Jesus said, how can you, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And guys, whatever you speak from the abundance of your heart comes to pass. All right. So then when you are feeling rich and wealthy in your mind and in your heart, say your prosperity affirmations, and that will work for you. So please put down in the comments, guys. I would like to hear from you if it was helpful, and if not, I would like to hear your views on it. And also please subscribe. It's good for me, and also you can know when I post my new videos. All right, so dive deep within into your peace and happiness. Now is the time. All right, bye-bye.